My second step is I like to do the second center, and I like to do it the opposite center. In this case, it's the white one. So what I'm going to do first is the same thing, is I'm going to move this in, but I've got to do some repositioning. So this will come to here. I'll just move this in, but you can see I bumped this out, so I'm going to reposition this back down here and move this down. And I simply move these others in as I see fit. So this moves up. This got bumped out, right? So bring this back across, move this down. Then I want to move this one in. This will move in like so, bump it out of the way to move this down. So this gives me my white stripe here. So that's what I'm going to do. Oh, there you are. I want to put my white stripe in. So where's my white center? That's going to be this right over here. So you saw how easy I was able to do that with the other puzzle. This one is just going to take some doing because of positioning and repositioning. But I have total faith that the movement of this puzzle is going to make this as easy as it possibly can for me to do. Okay, so we have a couple. Where are the ones that are just off to the side? Let's put those in first. Right over here, I see two. So let's move this. It's definitely a two-handed puzzle. And then move these two white ones in. So the equivalent of what you just saw me do is I'm going to put this in like so. Oop, I have to put both in, right? Yeah, this one in too. Don't want to lose track. Boom. Okay, so I've got these two in, but notice it did take these out. So to get that out of the way, you saw that I had to move this center like thus. And now we're just going to get these two back. So now we have to be cognizant of everything else that we're doing, so this comes back. Just put that in for good faith. Good measure. Alright, so that's in. These two are in. I need to move one over here and then I'm done. We're rapidly going away. Okay, I know what I got to do. So it's this piece in here. So I got to move this layer out. So let's move like this, like so. And then this next layer down like thus. Okay, now after that mess, I should see it here. Yeah, so these are all in. But remember, I took the yellow stripe out and I got to get it back. What that means is I must move this out of the way. Let's get you lined up, shall we? Now, in a puzzle like this, before doing a solve, you got to take a couple of nice deep breaths and take your time. Okay, and now this has to come back. Always looking to see if there's anything loose that I knocked. And this comes back. Boom! Haha. Splat. Okay, let's just check our work. So we have a white stripe here. So what I have, believe it or not, is I have that situation here. Is I have this white stripe. So the next step is I do the same thing as I did with the yellow side, as I put these stripes in. So the next stripe is right off to the side of this one. So I see these two and I can easily identify that this will come next to here. So I just move this in. The reason why I like to do the opposite side is because I have complete freedom of moving these layers without worrying about messing anything up. I've got a bunch here, like that. And I put this here. Now to move this in, I'm going to move this up, double turn, and move this down. So I've got that stripe in. And that's what I'm going to be doing next. So I see these two are already in, and this is already in. So it might be easier for me to follow it that way. So I'm actually going to move this out of the way, because I want to turn this out of the way like so. Now I've got to move this back because I just put this yellow stripe out. Just wait till we get to the last two centers. Yeah. Aha, okay, I think we got it. Okay, so we have another one, another stripe. Now I want to move these guys out if I can because they're going to be used. So I'm going to move this in to here, just like this. This will move this other white stripe in. Now I'm going to double turn. 1, 2. Then I got to move it back to get these stripes back in. I'll move it twice this way. 3 times actually. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, that gets this center back. And now I have 2 stripes here. You probably guessed that this one needs to come in too. Method to my madness here, but I'm going to put them in from this angle. You can see how much quicker it is when there's no alignment issues. Okay, I create the stripe. I'm going to move it in this position, bumping this stripe out of the way, then moving this twice, lining these 2 stripes opposite, putting this in. So that'll put that in, and that's what I'm going to work on next over here. So something that stands out right away is that this is in here, and I want to get it down so it can act as a nidus for me. So what that means is I'm going to move this down like so. Bump this out of the way. If I can. 1, 2. And then move it back. Oof. This and this. Okay, the one that I just moved out is over here somewhere. Moving it from the middle is tough, especially with all these different size pieces. I don't want to put any undue pressure on any one. I've had pieces break off like that, not with this puzzle, but other modifications, not too dissimilar to this. I like it. Okay, good. I don't want to put, like I say, I don't want to put too much pressure on some of these smaller pieces. Okay, so I have my stripe there, and I'm going to do the same thing that you saw me do with this guy. What I'm going to do is first off, make sure I'm as aligned as I can reasonably be. Move it into here, so this will move up to here, and this will move back. Again, making sure I don't put any undue pressure. Now after having done that, I've got to turn this 180 degrees to line it up with this. One, 2. And now we move this down, just like so. Okay, so now these 3 are in just like this is in. And then we put these in just the same, so lining it up. I can put this into here. Displaying it with this is like taking kind of a break. And then this comes here. Okay, bed this out, move this here, move this down. Okay, so now this is in, and I'm looking for that other stripe. Stop it, please. Okay, now I'm looking for ones that are in this position. So this should be easier to visualize. Not saying it's going to be quicker to put in, but easier to visualize. All right, let's see how fast we can do this part. This can turn here. And these centers are a nice anchor for alignment because I find it easier to get it into alignment now that I have two centers to anchor me. Okay, we got these three in. I just need... Well, actually, I just need to get this back. Boom. Okay, I need just one more. That shouldn't be hard to find. Methinks. Okay, I see one in the 7-layer zone. The 7x7 zone. Okay, and now this will go in. Let's see. Okay, I probably should hold it like this to move that in. And boom. Okay, so now this will come into here and then be taken out. Now I'm seeing a little bit of pressure on this piece, so I'm going to be cognizant of that. We're going to move this in like so. That didn't take too long, that wasn't too bad. And now I don't want to warp any pieces, but this doesn't want to move. Oh, because of this, right? Yeah. Okay, so this will come into here. Now I'm going to double turn this once I get alignment. Now it's easier to find alignment with my centers in because it provides a anchor point. 1, 2. And now this will come down. Just like this. And splat. Okay. So very quickly we got that stripe. Now I'm just going to put the last stripe in of the white side. I'm going to move this out first. Once I do that, I can pretty easily find my way here, 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 and here. And it's the easiest thing in the world to move this in, double turn, bring it down, and you can see both centers are done. And I'm going to try the same thing here. One thing I notice is that this center is up here, so I may want to bring it down. Like that. And now we'll turn this out of the way. Double turn it out of the way. Actually, 1, 2. Oh, that's actually not going to work because... Oh, no, that's fine. And then this will come down. Okay, so that's in here. This is the last layer. So really, any whites will do. If I see any white in the 7x7 zone, that can be used. Okay, anything in here? Nope, but I see 2 here, so that's going to really accelerate me forward. Okay, and it has no choice but to work because it's the only ones left.
Okay, I got some one more time. Okay, do we now?
This goes here, here, and here, and it should be in here. Okay, the last white in the 7x7 zone, and I see it. I see you. And that's going to come in through this layer here. Let's see if we can get ourselves aligned. And boom. Okay. So now we have the last of our white 7x7 center stripes, and we simply put it in the way that we did this guy. And that entails moving it up into here. Like so. Oh, that was pretty easy. And then we double turn this. 1, 2. And then we move it back. Just like that. Alright, now we take a look and we see that we have the top and the bottom 7x7 centers done. Okay, the next step is we continue our 7x7 reduction, and the way that I do this is I pick any of the centers, like here's the red, and I think this part I'm going to accelerate a little bit, but I'm just going to continue putting in stripes with here as well. Now this one is going to be the easier one to do, because I don't have to worry about other placement. Put this stripe here, bang. So I'm going to put the stripe into here, and I might as well do the red layer, which is right into here. Let's see how fast we can do this. Okay, here's the red center. I just look for any other reds to put in my red stripe. And I really look forward to the fact that alignment is going to be easier and we'll be able to move faster through these moments. This will come into here. There you go. Yes. So this is going to come across in here. Just like that. Okay. Here's another stripe, which can come right to here, just like that. So orientation doesn't have any meaning with the top and the bottom centers, so I don't really worry about that. And then finally, up here, right over there. There's a little red one right over there. And so we turn this guy. Boom. And finally, splat, I think. Oh, that was a premature splat. Oh, what happened to it? Where did you go? This guy here. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, so there's that stripe, and as you can see, that was fairly easy to place. This is our red stripe. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it to the side so I can start assembling the other stripes. So I move this over here, and I can start putting this part of the stripe in. So I'm doing a lot of moving around. And now this does take a little bit more hunting around. It's not too terrible. This here and this here. So that way this stripe can be placed. So that's what I'm going to do with the rest of this. Putting in the other red stripes. So that entails moving this to the side, like I did, and then taking any windows of opportunity of placing it just off to the center here. So I can see that I've got a couple here. I've got most of these in, and that's good. I just need one more here. Okay. Gads, what a beast. What a beast of a puzzle. Okay, good. I need one more over here. Will I get lucky? Let's align you guys up. You aligned? No? Now you are. Ooh, did I get lucky? Maybe I did. No, I did not. Not for that reason anyway. Okay, I see another potential. This is such a deep... I can tell that the blue and green layers are going to be my deep cut layers. Oh, move that down. There we go.
Just read it.
This goes to here. And this goes to here. My last ditch attempt. Nope, it's not there on that side. That's okay. That's okay. Might actually be here. Ah, it was right in front of me the whole time. Yep, it was. Okay, so then I can put my second stripe in fairly easily, I think. Yes. Okay, let's put it down here. I don't want to put any undue pressure on different pieces. Because remember, this is the first solve of this puzzle, so it's still yet to be tested. I'm testing it now. And boom. Okay, so there's our second stripe. Our second red stripe, just like this. Our third stripe, similarly, we just find windows of opportunity. I'm just moving pieces into here. It's fairly intuitive. Just like that. Okay, so there's our third stripe. So now I'm going to do the same thing to get that third stripe in. Okay, so if I were to turn this right like this, then I can match all of my red stripes together that I just created. Just got to find them. So first off, there's this. Right here, and this right here. Okay, so I've got these three stripes of this red side, which is just like this. And what I'm going to do is continue to put in the rest. So that's going to be this over here, bump it out of the way, move that back. So moving these in isn't much of an issue. That gets this in. And then I'll just put in the final stripe here to signify the last thing to get that center in. So move this in over here. By the way, if you've never done a 7x7, I guess this would be a little mini tutorial on that too. Although I'm not getting too descriptive with it. This will come here. Okay. So in that way, we're going to get this, which is going to be our third center. So I'm going to get all the ones at the end here. This will come over here. And this guy will come over here. And this will snap back. And there we have it. So, on this beast of a puzzle, we now have the three centers solved. So herein lies the dilemma with the next centers. Putting the first one in was no problem. Putting the second one in was opposite. This one I could do. Pretty easily just with placement. Here I have to bear in mind these other centers. So for instance, this blue center, we'll do the green. This is going to be more difficult to assemble stripes. Here the first one is not going to be as difficult. I just move it in, but every time I do that, move these in, got to bump this out of the way and move back what I just took out, which is this. I'll put this stripe in. I'll find this piece, move it in twice, bump it out of the way, then we'll move our red center back that we destroyed. And now same thing, this will come to here. bump it out of the way, and we'll put this red center back. So I get this. So in that way, that's not much of a problem, but it's going to be more of an issue putting the others in. So too, let's say I want to do the green. Here's the green side. It looks like a good amount of it is already in. I just need one over here. So mercifully, we can do that. I'm going to move this to the side. I'm going to move this to the side. I'm going to rotate this like so. Okay. And now I got to put pieces in here, and I can do this at the same time maybe. If I can find it. Now I see a bunch of greens here. So picking up from here, we've got two stripes. Well, I've got the one stripe here and most of this. Now the rest of these are going to be done by what I call the sliding U techniques. This is the way to get this in without messing these up. But basically what entails is if I wanted to put one of these guys in, say over here, I'll move this in, bring it over here, move this up, bring it back. So this is the sliding U technique. Bring this over here, double turn, and bring this back. So I just took things out and put them back in. So an example to do this one, what I would do is I put as many in this layer as I can and then move it into here. So I see these two. So I'm going to move this in, bring this back, move this back out. Move this over here so it's right next to it. It's so much easier to do when it's right next to it over here. Okay, so what I would do with my sliding U technique is these two are going to be brought here. So bring them down here, slide the U to another layer that's not used, bring it down. Slide it back, move those two back up, slide it back here, move that back in. So in that way that gets this stripe. And I'm just going to keep following suit with that technique. So here's another one that I can move in. I'm going to try to move it to here. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. So say this one will move here. So I actually move these two in. Move that across here. Move this back. And move this up here. Alright, so in that way I'm putting more and more in with these sliding U techniques. So that's what I've got to do. So instead of trying to build stripes, at this point I'm going to put in as many as I can using sliding U techniques. Now, how good will this puzzle be with that strategy, with those sliding U techniques? I'm going to... Okay, so this will be an archetypic example of what I mean by the sliding U technique. I'm going to see if I can line it up like this. 1, 2. And now I'm going to get this and rotate this like so. Splat. Nice and smooth, as long as it's aligned. Okay, I'd like to put 2 greens into these 2 spots, and it's going to come from these 2 greens over here. 1, 2, and this comes back. 1, 2. Okay. What did that do? Yeah, I don't really know anymore. It put these 2 in, I want to say. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to... Oh, okay. The reason why I got confused is because I didn't quite have it aligned, so I put these two in. So now we're going to turn this. Got to make sure I'm well aligned, and I am. Like so. That was my sliding part of the sliding U. And I'm going to take this and move it in this layer here. A little acceleration here. Splat. Okay, now we move it back, and that's going to be done by moving this to here. Now I'm going to take these 2 layers here, this, and this, and now we're going to move that back by 2. So that's going to be, See if I got you here. Yeah. 1, 2, and 1, 2. And now what we're going to do is take this guy and move him back to here. I think I originally moved it that way. Do a counterclockwise rotation, just like this. And move this guy back to here. Now, I could take this opportunity, because I'm going to put 2 out, but I think that's okay. That's okay for now. And this will come back to here. Bang. Splat. Okay, at the end of the day, that deposited 2 over here, I think. Not even sure anymore. But it did something, and I think it did something good. Okay. Yeah, because it's not there anymore. So I'm going to continue to follow suit. If I can put more than 2 in, that would be nice. Now, you're probably liking the notion of seeing order slowly being created from this chaos. And this is the first part of that order, the 7x7 centers. All right, this is going to make a journey all the way down here. So everything has to be aligned. Everything is aligned. Sometimes by flattening it like this, I can better do it. Okay. Aligned? Or good enough? Yeah, good enough. 1, 2. That puts this in position. Let's bring this back. 1, 2. Okay, what I put in is I put in basically this layer here. I guess this layer here. So now I have to slide this, turn this top. There we go, like that. And now we're going to move this down. Maybe in this position. Make it a little easier on my shoulders and arms. Oh, no, careful. Something was exerting a little too much pressure somewhere. I could feel the tension, and this will come over here. Okay. All right, now I slide this U back. I just have to remember where I did it. And I guess I did it this way. I say I guess I did it this way because it appears that this can slide up into this layer here. Okay, shall we? I think I had to do it like this. Okay, let's get this to move. Let's get this lined up. Good, we're aligned. 1, 2, 1, 2. And now, something loose in there? No. If it is, it's buried deep. Okay, gotta get this guy to move. I may have to do it like this. Use both hands to just sort of jiggle it into position. There it is. This moves over here, and now we do one more almighty turn. To bring this in. Okay, I think I'm getting alignment fatigue a little bit, so I got to take frequent breaks. I think I just coined a new term. When solving insanity puzzles, which are versions of over the top, insanity fatigue is what you can have. You know, I guess that's a new phrase that we can coin, is a puzzle that's an insanity puzzle. And over the top is something that's of higher layers than you would expect, or higher layers than others. An insanity is where you have a modification of a higher layered puzzle. So it's like an over the top of an over the top. This is an over the top of an over the top because it's a 11 by 11 turned into an ultimate shapeshifter. So there you go. New term, an insanity puzzle. Bump sanity, shift sanity. This is a shift sanity. Okay, there it is. So we got the green side. So you can see we're getting more order out of this. Pretty soon the shape is going to take shape. So now we have the last two centers of a puzzle.